Hello. So this is just an update on one of the little projects I'm working on. I call this my witch's fence. I think most people will call it a dead hedge. I don't really like that term. It's a super slim one. So normally a dead hedge is a bit wider, but I wanted to make more of a fence than a hedge. And I don't really like panel fences. And I wanted to use the wood that I've got here already. So I don't really like the idea of like chopping down a tree to make a fence post and then having to dig like a really big hole, fill it with concrete. So I mean you can see this little post here that's been chewed by rabbits. It's not especially sturdy. It's just dug into the ground. So it's, somebody could come along and rip it apart quite easily. But really I'm going for a different approach. So I want a fence that's easy to repair when it starts to break down. So I can just chop another bit of stick off from somewhere and stick in. And I don't have to get like workmen or timber or anything. And then all these twigs in here. So I mean, it might be that these support posts, it might be that they gradually separate out over time and everything sinks down. But it doesn't matter because I just put fresh stuff on top. And of course all the insects and things can go in there. Can you hear that bird? The birds love it. So it hasn't cost me very much. I mean, it's taken quite a long time, but apart from that, I needed to chop all this wood down anyway. And it's not quite, I've only done this one panel, so you can see what the old one looked like here. So you see it's got a lot of ivy and some brambles there coming up. Oh, and over here, I'll show you over here. So this is a plant that some friends of mine gave me. It's got quite a lot of black fly on the growing tips, but so I might need to help it a little bit. Anyway, the old fence, this panel wasn't too bad, but the panel nearer the hedge here had rotted and was all broken down. So I thought I'll do the bit nearest the hedge first, and then like if it's rubbish and it all falls to bits, do you know what I mean? No one can see it anyway. So yeah. So this is my kind of experimental panel, and I wasn't sure whether it would work with the width that it is. So one of the things I've experienced with like the panel fences is that the posts rot, and then when the wind blows, it's just like a sail to the wind really, and all the pressure goes onto one spot in the post where it loses its strength, and then it blows down, and then most of the wood is still good, but you have to throw it away because it's not the right size anymore. So anyway, I wanted to try something different. So I wonder what will happen when the wind blows. Hopefully it'll kind of just go through and over this. And because the posts are staggered, so you've got the posts at either side. So you've got like, say this one here, this has got like a little bird feeder hanging off it. And then you've got posts this side as well. So when the wind blows, not all the force is in that one single point of failure. It will tend to, I think it will tend to perhaps slant a bit if the wind is really strong, but the sticks themselves are being held up by the ground. So they're in contact with the ground at the bottom, and they're gradually, I've put the older ones at the bottom here, so they're gradually rot and break down and make compost. And then I still want to put some more. I've got some thinner bits here somewhere. Yeah, look, here's a bit. This is some willow, so it's quite flexible. You see. So I'm going to stick some more of that in, like in the gaps and towards the top there. But yeah, I can just stick more on, and then that will break down gradually, and then I'll have more material. And this is all the stuff that, I mean, I could spend a long time shredding it to put it in the compost, but it's nice to be able to make something with it that actually uses its structural kind of properties. So anyway, that's what I'm working on at the moment. So I've got more. This is just one panel of maybe half a dozen that I need to do. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Right, see you about. Bye.